Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be covering the animated Harley Quinn show that was released just a couple of years ago. So it's not even that old. So yes, DC just made an animated Harley Quinn show where the premise of the show is Harley Quinn has had enough of the Joker. She wants to make it on her own in the world of criminality without the J-Man holding her back. So the show begins with Harley and the Joker doing what they do best, committing crimes, and they manage to land on a big yacht that has a ton of money on it. The Joker was disguised as the owner of the yacht, while Harley was just tormenting the other people on the yacht. So they all pull out guns, start shooting at Harley and the Joker, so the two of them hide behind the money, only for the Joker to abandon Harley on his submarine, which then has Harley get captured by Batman and take him to Arkham Asylum. So Harley spends an entire year there, thinking the Joker is going to come back for her, when it's very evident that he's not. And this is where Harley meets Poison Ivy, who spends the whole year telling Harley he ain't coming back for you. So Poison Ivy ends up being the one who has to break Harley out. But the thing is, even after that, Harley is still not over the Joker for some reason, even though he just abandoned her. So Poison Ivy takes Harley to the Joker, and she's immediately infatuated with him again. It doesn't matter what he does. She just can't seem to get it through her head that he don't really need her, which is why he abandoned her. But Harley is not taking the same traditional outfit that she normally wears. She ditches that and puts on her Birds of Prey outfit. You know, the one where she's dyed the ends of her hair red and blue. The one that looks a lot less clown-like is probably the best way to describe it. And so Harley goes to live with Poison Ivy. And she thinks, right, I need a crew. But who the hell's gonna join me? Well, her crew ends up consisting of Clayface, who thinks he's Shakespeare, King Shark, who kind of sounds like a rapper, which I find hilarious, and arch nemesis of Wonder Woman, Dr. Psycho, who gets cancelled for calling Wonder Woman the C word on live TV. And if that's not bad enough, he gets cancelled a second. He in the same episode, he says it again and gets cancelled even harder. So the only thing he's got left for him is to join up with Harley. So Harley's crew is Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Clayface, Dr. Psycho, and Shark King. So they go on some smaller heists until Harley finds out about this thing called the Legion of Doom, which of course is run by the Joker. Well, no, it's actually, no, it's not. It's run by Lex Luthor, Superman's arch nemesis. But the Joker is very high up in there. So in order to try and get into the Legion of Doom, because Harley's a bit obsessed with trying to get in, she calls on the help of a woman known as the Queen of Fables, who got turned into an American tax book. Yes, all of this did happen. So Harley tries to steal something that she thinks definitely will get the Legion of Doom looking at her, because it's usually the Legion of Doom members that are the ones on the news all the time. Normally Joker. And while all this is going on, we have this like side plot of Commissioner Gordon talking about how his marriage is definitely not shaky at all to Batman, as if Batman's going to be able to do anything about it. Yeah, that's something quite weird. Batman is a side character in this show. Even though it's set in the Batman world, well no, the DC world in general, Batman is a side character. Harley doesn't make herself very favourable to the Legion of Doom to begin with by crashing the Penguin's nephew's bar mitzvah. Yeah. This happened. And a quick note of some of the voices. The Joker's voice is pretty decent because it's like a traditional Joker. It's not quite Mark Hamill animated Joker level, but it's still pretty good. King Shark sounding like a rapper I love. Kaylee Kuko and Lake Bell do brilliant jobs as Harley and Ivy. And for some reason, Scarecrow has this really weird British accent for some reason. I don't know why they decided to give Scarecrow, of all people, a British accent, but they did. So, before getting into the Legion of Doom, Harley wants herself a nemesis. And the way this show goes about having Harley look for a nemesis is quite funny, because she does it as if it's like she's going on Tinder and looking for a date. Well, it's like, I just want fights on, casual fights on the weekend, nothing too serious. They literally play it up like a dating profile, but it's to be a nemesis. So who do you think tries to become Harley's nemesis? She wants it to be Batman, but Batman's the Joker's nemesis, so that's never going to work. The next best thing, Robin. And Robin is about 12 in this show. He's the Robin from Teen Titans. It's that Robin. Harley kidnaps Robin, threatens to kill him, but guess who swoops in to save Robin? Superman. Mainly because Lois Lane had been captured by Harley first, and then they captured Robin as well. But Superman comes to the rescue. So, Harley decides to steal something from Wayne Enterprises. Stealing something from Bruce Wayne. That'll get the Legion of Doom looking at me. So she goes to steal something very top secret from Wayne Enterprises, and thanks to the help of the Queen of Fables, succeeds. Even if she didn't know what it even did. What does the device she stole do? It teleports you to the Batcave. Which is where Batman happens to already be. But finally, after a lot of pressure, the Legion of Doom finally allow Harley to join them, along with Ivy, Shark, Dr. Psycho, and Clayface. Even though Ivy had been telling Harley this whole time that the Legion of Doom are a bunch of assholes. And along the way, she'd met this guy called Kite Man, who ends up dating Ivy halfway through the season. That was quite strange. Because she seemed to really not like him, but then the two of them just start dating. But once she got into the Legion of Doom, Harley gets her own highway named after her, which ends up being a big set piece right at the end of the season, when they're chasing down Scarecrow. But really, this was all... The Legion of Doom's whole ploy was to try and get Ivy in, not Harley. So they they let Harley in to try and get to Ivy, but that did not work. Because Ivy's actually quite smart. But the Joker and Harley decide to make up another plan. You know, kick back just like the old days of their criminal work. And Harley thinks the Joker's going to abandon him again because it's very similar to the very first scene of the entire show. However, the Joker brings Harley with him in his helicopter, that makes out with her, and then throws her off the... pushes her out of the helicopter again, so Batman has to swoop down in his X-Wing to save Harley. Because remember, as much as these people are criminals, Batman can't allow anyone to die on his watch, innocent or evil. So then the Joker ends up taking over Gotham City. And destroys the tower that the Legion of Doom is located in to have his own tower. He basically becomes an authoritarian dictator, but he's not happy. He has everything he could want. He's captured Batman, he's learned that Batman is Bruce Wayne. And throughout the show, Harley had the original version of herself, so, you know, Harleen Quinzel, which is what Harley used to be called, before the Joker made her Harley Quinn. Harley has, like, these weird visions where she can literally speak to, like, photos of the old version of herself that's basically giving her therapy advice to herself. Some of that even has Harley go home to where she grew up. Her dad had a $1 million bounty on her, so she kills any of the assassins that try to kill Harley, and then she ends up killing her father because she finds out he's the one that, well, set it all up. But yeah, the Joker has captured everyone. He shot a spear through Poison Ivy. He ripped off the Shark King's teeth and wore them as a necklace, which was horrific to see. He forces Clayface to he forces Clayface to be like, you know those like clay molding things that spin around really fast? Yeah, he forces Clayface to literally be one of those things. And he also makes Dr. Psycho look at feminist rallies, which is hilarious because he's a bit of a misogynist. So it's going to be horrible for him to see, which is why it's funny. So how does Harley manage to stop the Joker? Well, after crying at the fact that Ivy is supposedly dead, one of her tears lands on one of the black roses that Harley died. It turns back to red, and what do you know? It brings Ivy back. Of course it does. Who could have seen that coming? Everyone. Of course Ivy isn't going to die. So yeah, the Joker, with his authoritarian dictatorship, captured Batman, made him a cuckoo, forced Batman to be a cuckoo clock, would gun down anyone who didn't laugh at his jokes. Yeah, the Joker was serious about this. So Harley comes in with a bunch of bombs strapped to her. Yeah, Harley's serious about this. But the Joker tells her, I need you to reminisce with me. What he means by that is have Harley wear her original outfit instead of her Birds of Prey one, her more traditional clown outfit that she's always worn. And the two of them thought the exact same thing as they both pulled knives from behind their back and stabbed each other. So we have a pretty badass fight scene between the Joker and Harley, of which Harley just about manages to survive after jumping into the same acid that she jumped into as Harleen, but Poison Ivy's flat plants were already there. Oh, and someone I should mention is Poison Ivy has a living plant called Frank. He's pretty funny as well. But yeah, Gotham City pretty much blows up and is burning as the show ends, and the Joker sticks his arm out from under the rubble to tell you that he ain't dead because there's a second season on the way, which of course got released last year. So what do I have to say about this show? Well, that it's absolutely hilarious. Every single episode has made me laugh out loud, literally, at least once. And you wouldn't think just making DC a lot more violent and have a lot more swearing in it would work, but for some reason it just does. It really does work, and it's hilarious. Even the Justice League couldn't stop the Joker. Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and even Green Lantern, not even them can stop the Joker. No, it was all about Harley. As Harley Quinn is my favourite DC villain. Oh, just overall. Not just favourite female DC villain, just favourite DC villain altogether. And I will be covering the second season of this show next week. So if you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you've not seen this show yet, I highly recommend it to you, especially if you're a fan of DC. This show is so good. I can't wait to cover the second season for you next week. But until next time, catch you later.